Hello, second graders. Today we will be looking at adding fractions to make one whole. So we are going to look at page 67 in our textbook, and it looks like this. And we have a little picture here of some fractions. So let's take a look at this first one. Here we have a rectangle, and our rectangle has been split into 5 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 equal parts. And actually, I'm going to draw a picture of this for just a second. So I'm going to make a rectangle here, and I will chunk it into 5 equal chunks. There we go. And in our textbook, they have colored in 3 of those chunks blue, and then 2 of them are red color. So let's take a look at this fraction. So here we have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 parts shaded out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all together. So again, our top number is which part are we talking about? The bottom number is how many equal parts all together. This is our numerator. This is our denominator. So here we've shaded in 3/5, and we also have 2 more parts that are not shaded, or in our textbook, they're a different color. So this one would be 2 parts out of 5 equal parts. So this fraction would be 2/5. So it's kind of like if I drew a circle around it, here's 3/5, and here's 2/5. And together, 3/5 plus 2/5 equals 5/5. So if we wanted to kind of color all those in, if we wanted to say, oh, I'm going to shade in 3/5, and I'm going to shade in the remaining 2/5, then I have altogether, I've colored in 5 out of 5 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we read that as 5/5. And 5/5 is the same as one whole. All right. So there we go for this one. We have 3/5 plus 2/5 equals one whole. You could also say 3/5 plus 2/5 equals 5/5, which is the same as one whole. What about this one? So here we have 1/7 and blank make one whole. So let me draw a little sketch of that. So we have a little rectangle with 7 chunks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And they have shaded in one of those parts. So here's 1/7. So there we have our 1/7. And blank make one whole. So let's take a look at, well, we have 1/7. Now we could even add a plus sign here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 that are unshaded out of 7 equal parts. So you'll notice this denominator stays the same. The numerator changes because here we're talking about 1/7, and here we're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sevenths. And all together, 1/7 plus 6 sevenths would be 7/7. So if we were talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus that one that's shaded, that would be 7/7, which is the same as one whole. So if we wanted to say, well, I shaded in 1/7, and now I'm going to shade in 6/7. There we go. Now I've shaded in 7 parts out of 7 equal parts to make one whole. All right. And we have one more little example, 2/9. Oh, so they've split up this rectangle into 9 parts. 2/9 and blank makes one whole. So we have 2 parts shaded out of 9, and they're kind of purplish color. Now let's think about, well, how many are this pinkish color? You could also think about, well, I know our bottom number is going to be the same as this one. Our denominator is going to be 9 because it's still chunked into 9 equal parts. And I can think about, well, I know that 2 plus 7 makes 9. So would this be 7/9? Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. So 2/9 and 7/9 makes 9/9, which is the same as one whole. All right. So your homework for today is to work on pages 103 and 104. So we can quickly take a look at those pages. So here it says write the correct fraction, 1/3 and something make one whole. So you could think about, well, I know, let's see, here's our circle that's split into three parts. And they're kind of just showing us the same picture over here. If we kind of looked at, well, here's 1/3. So 1/3 plus what makes one whole? So here's 1/3, and then we have 2/3 left. So for this one, it would be 1/3 and 2/3 makes one whole. Down here, we've split our circle into 8 equal parts. So each part is 1/8, 1/8, 1/8, 1/8, 1/8, all the way around. Now, if we wanted to think about 2/8, so again, they're kind of just showing us the picture over here. Here's 2/8, two little chunks. So 2/8 plus what makes one whole? So if we kind of cover up those 2/8, and then we can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6/8 left. So 2/8 plus 6/8 makes one whole. All right, and then on the other page, we have a little bit of matching that we're going to try to do. We're going to match um, the fractions to make a whole. So join each pair of fractions that add up to one whole. So here I see 2/3, and I know from the other page that 2/3 plus 1/3, that's the one we just looked at here at the top. We said 1/3 and 2/3 makes one whole. So I know 2/3 plus 1/3 makes one whole. So I'm going to look for, and remember the denominator has to be the same when we're kind of combining fractions. So I need to find the 1/3. Well, there it is, right down here. So I'm going to connect 2/3, and I'm going to draw a line to 1/3. Now here, this one says 5/8. So 5/8. So I'm going to think about, well, 5 plus what gets me up to 8? And I know 5 plus 3 gets me up to 8. So I'm looking for 5/8 plus 3/8 is going to make one whole. Where's 3/8? Oh, I think I see it. There it is. All right. So again, today we're working on adding fractions to make a whole. Nice work, scholars. See you later.